Hello everyone and welcome to episode 105 of the WMMA 5 series here on the channel as we are at the halfway point of the year of 2008 as it is Pride of Sea Worldwide 18. Ron Faircloth versus Fabio Maldonado is our main event for the night's show as there should be a pretty exciting fight. As for the rest of the card, we'll go through here in a bit as we only have two pieces of mail as we have signed Jessica Aguilar as she will not be able to be in the tournament, unfortunately, as she was on a Smack Girl car recently and was a little banged up. And I think she'll only be ready to go. Actually, maybe not though. Now I'm thinking about it, because it's only a 5-day waiting period. I was thinking she wasn't going to be able to compete, but I must have been mistaking her with somebody else. Oh no, I think that's Gina Carano, which it is what it is. There, as Sergei Krutnov has left Red Devil Sport. As far as that's the news for this episode, as I will go to the show here, as Fedor Emelianenko and Pedro Hizzo is our co-main. Matt Serra, Dan Hardy, which that's a fun fight there. Dan Hardy's a savage and is really climbing up the ranks, as he definitely should. And Matt Serra, obviously a veteran, and is looking to be the gatekeeper of that division. We also have Gleison Tebow and Mac Danzig, which, obviously with the Gleison Tebow fight, you're going to expect a lot of takedowns and a lot of just wrestle fucking around. But we'll see if Mac Danzig can answer the call. He's not as completely dominant as he was when the division first started, but he still is obviously a handful for a lot of people. We also have Jake Ellenberger and Chris Lytle making his debut, taking on Jake Ellenberger. That's a good fight for both guys in that welterweight division, as we'll see how that one plays out. And then Benji Reddish and Andrei Simonov, so the opener, which is a pretty good opener, because that's a pretty good fight. That's, Andrei Simonov was someone wanting to sign for a long, long time. We finally signed him, and he's done okay in Pride FC. Not the greatest of accomplishments so far, but the middleweight division is just so tough. That's the stacked division, and it is nice to have the opener and the main event be the same thing, or same division, rather. As our two prelim fights, our welterweight and lightweight fight, it's Chad Saunders and Ben Saunders. I just felt like it was fun to have Saunders versus Saunders. That's going to be fun to dictate who's who during that simulation. And Anthony Pettis and Ryan Healy, the lightweight bout, with Showtime's probably going to win that one. Assuming, as for the analytics portion, this is the sixth time that Faircloth has main evented at Pride event, which is pretty crazy. Didn't think he would main event that much, but yeah, the sixth-time main event for Ron Faircloth, second time for Fabio Maldonado. Both are world-ranked light heavyweights. Faircloth's 6th and Maldonado's 18th, which is wild. Figured he'd be a little higher than that. Faircloth trains at Greg Jackson's Mixed Martial Arts. Maldonado has a world record of 1-0 against other members of that team. Maldonado has won 3 of his last 5 fights by decision. First time they fought. Maldonado's going to have the reach advantage, 5-inch reach advantage. He's got the Blur Cut set picks, 6-1 with Jim, the lone backer of Faircloth. Fabio Maldonado, of course, 5-0 in Pride FC. Just beat Jeremy Horn. He's beaten Vitor Belfort as far as, he's beaten some guys. And he knocked out Vitor, too, in the second. As, this is something that, second main event, back-to-back main events for him. Beat Jeremy Horn by an decision, which is not a great indicator how well he's going to do, but still, I think it's an indicator nonetheless. He's been there for a while, was Mr. Consistency of being decent from 2003 to 2007, but he finally broke that at Pride 36, Pride Never Dies, which was average against Gerard Mousasi. They had a good fight with Vitor Belfort, and he's back to decent. I would hope for something a little bit more exciting. With Faircloth, he's 7-4 in Pride FC, 20-7 as a whole. Hybrid guy, mainly known for his submissions. You see there, he's one with a calf slicer, a leg lock, an arm bar, and a rear naked choke. And also some more rear naked chokes and leg locks. Could beat you in a lot of different ways. He's won by knee bar too. That was in rings. He won against Vernon White. But yeah, a guy that, with his style, you would expect him not to have so many great fights. But he's really solid. He can do a lot of exciting things. He just beat Alex Stiebling at the first Bushido Down Under show back in May. So a pretty quick turnaround. You only have to wait, really 2 months to come here for this worldwide, the main event this show as well. And he also main event of the Pride FC Worldwide 10 show against Nate Markovic. He lost in the second. Obviously, he's a staple of the middleweight division. He's beaten pretty much the same guys that Ron Faircloth is beaten, which is, that Fabio Maldonado has beaten, rather, as he's beaten, Vitor Belfort and Jeremy Horn. But he's also beaten guys like Frank Sherlock and Alex Stiebling, not once but twice. Scott Smith, Rich Franklin. Beaten some big names, but he's also taken on some of the best, guys like Quentin Rampage Jackson, Anderson Silva, Merlio, and Nate Marcotte. So, that just kind of, again, really defines how tough that middleweight division is. When your 4 losses, are 2 of them are middleweight champions. One of them's a guy who's always been in the top 5 of the middleweight division, and Rampage, who's a fucking savage. He knocked him out in 12 seconds, too. Yeah, and that's another thing. 2 of those losses came within the first minute of the fight. So he's someone that can get caught with his kind of passive, kind of laid back side, but he's also, he beat Jeremy Horn in 51 seconds with a leg lock. So he can also finish someone very quickly. So it should be a pretty exciting main event, though. As the co-main, the Last Emperor, Fedor Emelianenko, taking on Pedro the Rock Izzo. This is a great fight for Fedor. They're both super close in the super heavyweights as far as rankings in the world, 15th and 16th, which Pedro Izzo is actually ahead of him. It's interesting, as Pedro Izzo trains at Husveli Tudo. Fedor is 0-2 against other members of the team, which is not a great sign for him. As for Fedor, he is 12-5, which obviously he has not done well since the shock. Since really him getting screwed at Brazilian Bushido 1. That's kind of where it all came downhill from there. Had the rematch, lost decisively by an armbar. Then he beat Heath Herring. Then he took on Sergey during the Heavyweight Grand Prix, which he lost. He beat Savachka, then lost to Ben Rothwell. He's had a very good fight with Rico Rodriguez when the start of the second. I believe that was a sprawl on the knee, but it also might have been a clinch on a knee. I kind of forget how that finish went. But Simi Chalette, though, at 12-5, that last fight there is fantastic. That was a really, really exciting fight to see. And for Chalette to catch him in the second and knock him out like that was very, very tough to see for Fedor. But because he was someone, obviously, we were carefully calculating to the point where it's like he's going to get that title shot going 10-0. And he got robbed and just couldn't really get back on the right track as far as consistently winning. Maybe this will be the start, though, against Pedro Izzo, which, he should. He's 7-0 on the Blurcast picks. Pedro Izzo, bless him, he's 34, but he's 5-6 in Pride FC, 15-7 as a whole. So the records are actually close. It's just, and, he's beaten Ben Rothwell, whereas Fedor hasn't, so he does have that advantage. Of course, he stole the win, the cut in the Pride 14 Clash of the Titans fight against Ice Cold Igor. And then, he did the rematch, and Igor, got him. He's also lost to Simi Chalette by knockout. So it's interesting. They have those same losses. He, had the tough draw of getting Sergey Kurotinov at the second round after Sergey had just beaten Fedor. So, this should be pretty interesting. Both guys could really use a win. That's always great to see when it's 2 men desperately trying to get a win to keep their winning ways going. Should be a pretty good fight, though. As Matt Teixeira taking on Dan the Outlaw Hardy, as Matt Teixeira is ranked 12th in the welterweight division in Pride FC, and Dan Hardy 25th. But you see there, he's got a significant weight advantage, 5-inch reach advantage. He's got the Blurcast stat picks all 7-0. No one backing Matt Teixeira, which Dan Hardy is looking like he's about to climb the ranks, so for sure. Because Matt Teixeira is 5-4, not great. Just lost to Sean Pearson in February by unanimous decision. Really, he's not been finished since Pride 34, St. Valentine's Day Massacre against Jason Von Flue. But again, the welterweight division, that's a very tough division right now. There's a lot of talented guys, and it's going to be very, very interesting to see. It's kind of crazy. He lost to Sean Shirk, though, looking back at American Bushido 5 after losing to... Alright, he beat Sean Shirk, rather. I thought he lost to him. But no, he lost to Diego Sanchez. Yeah, this is... a great opportunity for Matt Teixeira to be the gatekeeper of that division, but it's not looking like it's going to be the case. Looks like Dan Hardy's going to plow right through him, as Dan Hardy, of course, 5-1-1 because of the draw with Takanori Sato. Just had the win over Takanori Sato, and in April at Pride 40 No Laughing Matter. course, Dan Hardy lost to Paul Daly, or Dan Hardy losing to Paul Daly at Critical Countdown 2004. Would love to see that again, just since that's his only loss, and since he's going to beat someone like Matt Serra, you would assume he would win against Paul Daly in the rematch. We'll see though. That should be a very exciting fight though. Hopefully, fingers crossed there. Gleison Tibau against Mac Danzig, as this was once the main event of Cage Warriors 8, Danzig versus Gleison Tibau in 2003, which Gleison Tibau won by unanimous decision. That makes a lot of sense. Danzig has submitted 3 of his last 5 opponents. He trains at Team Quest, which Gleison Tibau has an overall record of 1-0 against other members of that team. Gleison Tibau has won 4 of his last 5 fights by decision, which again, no surprise. Gleison Tibau is ranked 16th, while as Danzig, I'm about to say the same thing, as Danzig is ranked 21st in Pride FC as far as the lightweight division. It is not even close though on the Bullcat stat picks, 7-0. I can never count out Gleison Tibau. Just the way he game plans, the way he fights, can't get him out. Still 24 years old. He's beaten guys like Jens Pulver before, which I believe that was from a Jens Pulver breaking his hand, I want to say, in the first round, and he just couldn't really compete after that. But really, again, he went to the finals of the lightweight Grand Prix, had the fight with BJ Penn. He's been prone to have pretty poor fights. Hopefully, it doesn't happen here. But with Mac Danzig, he's someone that can bring, some pretty good efforts out of a lot of guys who just, beat Paul Healy, and he's beaten Kenny Florian too by rear naked choke. That's the thing, though. It would be tough to catch Gleison Tibau by rear naked choke. You see in their fight, it was 30-27 the whole way. Looks like Gleison Tibau dominated that fight. Could be the same result here, just the way Mac Danzig fights. But at the same time, though, it's kind of funny. He's only been, besides Tunnel Elimination 2005, he's mainly been on Bushido and Worldwide cards. He hasn't been on a pay-per-view or anything like that. And for someone who has good and great fights, too, really, he should definitely be on a pay-per-view. But this could definitely be the start for Mac Danzig here to avenge that loss against Gleison Tibau. And so then Jake Ellenberger taking on Chris Lights Out Lytle. Lytle making his Pride FC debut. He's got a 5-inch reach advantage, but it looks like Ellenberger's going to smash him according to the Blurcast staff picks. I'm not going to count out Chris Lytle, though. Just super resilient, as Ellenberger has finished 3 of his last 5 opponents. He is right now 2-2 in Pride FC, 9-4 as a whole. Just beat Pat Miletich, knocked him out at Pride FC Worldwide 15. He lost to Kyle Noak, and he's also lost to Elijah Harshberger and Shiko Yamashita. But the Elijah Harshberger fight was fantastic. We probably have to run that back. That'd be a lot of fun to see. As this is a interesting fight as far as really Jake Ellenberger likes to knock fucking people out, which is interesting thing because you don't really see that a lot in the welterweight division, and that could be a problem for Chris Lytle. But Chris Lytle also knocks some fuckers out, so this could be a pretty interesting fight here. Though as I say that, he hasn't knocked somebody out since 2004, so maybe not. But he's just won his last 2 fights at Elite XC. Looks like 29-28, and then majority 30-27, but they had one judge score 29-28. As he's someone that obviously, as far as when he was in the UFC early on in the mod, pretty solid welterweight guy. Beat Robbie Lawler, beat Matt Serra, not once but twice. Lost to Nick Serra though, interesting enough. But really, that's about the only guys that we have seen as far as on that same level. He also lost to Drew Fickett, that are on the Pride FC roster. So it is kind of interesting to see how he's going to do. He's also beaten Pete Spratt. It's interesting, a guy who started this mod 3-2-3, obviously, got a lot of wins under his belt at UFC and also mainly on the local circuit and also in Elite XC as well. Definitely a journeyman, and still 34. Still got a couple of fights left in him, a couple of years left in him. So we'll see what happens there as Razor Benji Reddish taking on the White Shark, Andrei Simonov, a guy who hasn't won since December of 2005. Even though Radish got the 5-inch reach advantage, it's all on the Blurcast stat picks. Andrei Simonov, a guy I thought was going to be a problem in Pride FC when we signed him. And it was just kind of waiting for the day. We signed him in 2003, and we're just kind of waiting and waiting. We probably waited a little too long. But once we brought him in at 15-5, had some good fights. Lost to Vitor Belfort, though. I got TKO'd in the first minute at Pride 29's Fist of Fire. Just lost to Shogun, which that fight was pretty good. I thought it should have been good, but it's just kind of crazy. Like, here's a guy who's fought heavyweights before and then won. Has beaten guys like Leopoldo, Cerro, Valentino Varim, another heavyweight guy. Beat Scott Smith, too, as a middleweight guy. You know, he's just kind of beaten people in, like, 3 different divisions, it seems like. There's even Evan Tanner is kind of more like a welterweight guy. We'll see, though. I just don't see Benji Radish getting the win here. He's 3-3. Another guy who's just kind of been on the verge of inconsistency. Really, his only wins haven't been to, like, top-level talent. Guys like Jason Maya Miller, poor Sakuraba, and Masakatsu Funaki. But, they have good fights, though. They both have lost to Scott Smith, lost to Tim Kennedy, too, and they both have beaten Evan Tanner, though. We'll see. We'll see how it goes with that opener. And the Battle of the Saunders is Chad Saunders and Ben Saunders. Ben Saunders trains at Caesar Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. Chad Saunders has a record of 0-1 against other members of that team. Ben Saunders has won 3 of his last 5 fights by decision. Jesus, as Chad Saunders hasn't won since June of 2005. Really, you're coming up on the last end of his fight deal because he is 1-3. If he loses here, he's going down the rings. He beat Robbie Lawler in his debut, which poor Robbie Lawler, man. Like, I just wanted him to do so well, and he completely shit the bed. But he's beaten guys like Eric Davila, Akira Kikuchi, and that's pretty nuts. But he's also lost to guys like Quick Swick, Nick Diaz, GSP. Obviously, GSP, GSP's a savage, but just interesting, kind of who he's lost to. He's had a lot more poor fights than good fights. It's not great. 39 years old too. Obviously, getting up there in age. Ben Saunders with the reach, even though he is 0-1, he lost in his debut against Thiago Alves. Thiago Alves is a savage, first of all, but he's also lost to guys like Josh Koscheck and Nick Thompson, which the Koscheck fight was King of the Cage in 2005. We'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens there. Gonna expect a Ben Saunders destruction, but really it's looking like it's gonna be the other way around. Chad Saunders 6-1. With Ben Saunders having one backer in Sean. Should be interesting how that one's going to get simulated, because if they're just going to say Saunders and Saunders, I'm not going to have no idea what's going to happen. Like, I'll have no idea what's going on, and that's just going to be a blast. To go through is Showtime Bettis taking on Ryan Diamond Healy. Pretty close in the Blackout Stat Picks. First time they fought. Obviously, Showtime, very young in his career, lost his first fight to Melvin Gillard at Bushido Osaka 6. Can't have a bad fight, though, at least so far. 21 years old, super young. Ryan Healy, 24, super young as well, 8-6. He's only wins against Spencer Kingfisher, which is a guy who's in rings, but another one who's had great fights throughout his Pride FC career besides the Spencer Fisher fight. This should be a really exciting fight, though. Should be, of course, Ryan Healy fighting for his job. We'll see what happens in those prelims. As the betting lines, it's -110 both ways. Pretty awesome. A couple of super young lightweights, and Ryan Healy was 6-1 though as a lightweight. You think that's going to play into a factor, but just with the way Anthony Pettis and his Taekwondo background, very dangerous standing. Ryan Healy, if he's going to want to win this fight, is going to take that one to the ground. As for referee Big John McCarthy, ringside judges, as tight touch gloves come together. Nothing really comes of it though, as Healy hopping in and out of range, hoping to get a reckless strike from Pettis to start the grapple exchange. Pettis with a jab, but Healy evades the big right to the body, lays a jab and a body kick from Pettis. Healy lands a jab, but it's got no power behind it, as there's a 3-punch flurry, then a kick to the ribs, but Healy deals with that without too much trouble. Hook to the body, but Healy avoids that. A left jab with the big right hand misses from Pettis, as now Healy's got a hold of him, trying to push him against the ropes. He does so, looking for the takedown, blocks it though. That's a good job by Pettis. And he's got less luck of trying to get away from the ropes, though. Still got a hold of him, looking to go down low and grab, looking for the trip. As Pettis fights to the best he can, ultimately ends up on his hands and knees. Healy's on top of him. Several good shots are landing. Looking for the knee strike, though. Pettis is able to spring back up to his feet. They meet in the center again. Healy doing a good job as far as standing up with him, too. Left jab, but finds the right across block. There's a jab, and also a nice right hook from Pettis. They engage as Pettis slipping past the right hook, counters with a couple of jabs and a good right hook that follows. Pressuring Healy, moves into the pocket, 2 jabs and a big right that's avoided, though. as the two fighters come together and engage. Healy missing the right hook, which leaves himself open for a counter with a jab and a leg kick that narrowly misses the target, though. Pettis with a left hand and then a roundhouse kick to the body. Halfway point, Pettis still, pressuring on. There's a jab from Healy. Two left hands, but doesn't hit the body kick, though. That follows it up. Again, initiating the strike exchange does Showtime Pettis. There's a counter, but doesn't connect it, though. Pettis feints one way, causing Healy to leave himself off balance now. As fails to land any strikes in the combo, then ended with a slithering low kick, though. And now Pettis is starting to slow down. Obviously, still got a lot of time left in the first. There's a counter jab, but misses. Doesn't trouble his opponent with a combo, and it ended with a body kick. Both fighters move in and engage. Healy misses the right hook and gets countered with a jab and a right cross that just misses. Pettis stalks forward, pressuring Healy again. Healy fires off a counter jab, doesn't connect, though. He uses the left jab, but Healy avoids the kick to the body. That's the setup. Takedown attempt from Healy. As now he's got the takedown. It's a single leg. Pettis has to pull guard. Second takedown of the fight. Healy's fire away with punches. Can't really do anything. Pulls him in tight and hits a glancing blow from the elbow strike. Is now trying to pass guard. He does so, but doesn't have time to secure it. So scramble begins, and Pettis is up first, which Healy immediately drives him against the ropes, looking to go down low, grabs both his opponent's legs. He does so. Gets the third takedown. It's not great, as Healy's just going to catch his breath. If I was him, I would just kind of stay right there until the end of the round. Oh, well, he's going to try to move, which, not a good idea. As, oh, no, he actually got it. Never mind. He can't keep him in half guard. He gives up side control. Pounds away, but isn't able to land many clean shots, trying to transition the garbage game manager. Pounds away, but Pettis deals with him fairly easily. That's the end of the first, so tough fight for Anthony Pettis. This is just not going to be his division, looks like, because he's just getting thrown to a lot of guys that are very good as far as takedowns go. He landed one powerful shot. If he can land a couple of more power strikes, he might be able to knock him out, but so far he's just kind of trying to outstrike him just as far as, for the most part, he's failing more than succeeding, it seems like. But we'll see what happens in the second as both fighters move in and engage. There's a right hook that gets countered with a left hand. Pettis again attacking with strikes. A counter jab from Healy, rather, as Pettis fails on a combo, then with a attempted roundhouse kick to the body. Pettis is slowing down now. Not a great sign if he's wanting to finish this fight. A tentative jab lands. Pettis throws a two-punch combo, but Healy avoids both of them. Can't connect with a jab, then hits a body kick, though. Initiates exchange of strikes. Manages a counter jab. Throws a quick 1-2. Doesn't land either blow, though. Pettis comes forward, and the two fighters engage with strikes. Healy lands two left hands in the exchange. Pettis missed all the strikes on the combo, then with a low kick. Pettis is now breathing very hard, which is not a great sign. You gotta have your cardio up for sure, especially in this lightweight division. There's gonna be a lot of times you're gonna be fighting the entire fight, all the 3 rounds, and jab his wife and Pettis and lands the big right hand. Moving to the second half of the round, exchange of strikes doesn't go anywhere though. Can't hit the step left jab, then hits the body kick. Two fighters come together. Pettis doesn't connect with the left jab, but connects with the right hand. The left jab from Healy, then the right cross. Still moving well, definitely breathing a little deeper now. Quick exchange of strikes doesn't lead to anything. Pettis, who looks very tired, clinches with up him to end out the round. Gets caught with a knee strike to the body as they're grappling as Pettis, trying to push him against the ropes as Healy. Got him up against the ropes, looking for a takedown to end the round. Wow. It's got side control, too. It's landing a couple of shots to end out the round. Ryan Healy saving his job with this performance, unless Showtime can knock him out in the third here. If not, it's going to be another straight loss for Anthony Pettis, who's going to make it 3-2 in his record. So we'll see what happens. They stand and trade in the center of the ring. Neither fighter gives or takes any real damage there. Clinches up with him, looking shattered. Trying to wrestle up against the ropes. He does so, smothering him up against the ropes. There, stomps on the foot. Looking for the takedown, and he's got it. This is just all she wrote. Well, maybe not. It's burst into life, trying to scramble. But he gets caught. As he gets side control now. Pettis is spent. Throws a few strikes, trying to sweep him. Can't do it his second half of the round now. Healy throws a few right hands, mainly just trying to catch his breath. He fouls off a handful of punches, each easily being blocked with gloves. Blocks attempted sweep, trying to get himself into position. For mount, doesn't allow Healy to get mount. Tries to sweep Healy, but rolls too far and gives up his back. That is not good, as Pettis has now been rocked. Clearly he's hurting him now with a couple of nasty-looking punches. But the fight goes the distance. Couldn't finish him, but obviously Ryan Healy's going to get that win by unanimous decision, as he's going to be 9-6. He gets to hang around a little bit longer, as, Anthony Pettis, though, tough fight, but really just, after the first round, it was all she wrote for him. He just got tired, and I didn't even do anything in the third. So having great cardio can get you. As yeah, I mean that's Team Quest for you. They're gonna have some cardio machines, some wrestling cardio machines. As Ryan Healy thanks everything to Team Quest for helping him prepare for the fight and supporting him financially. He asked who he'd like to face next. He answered Clay Guida would be someone he'd like to compete against. That'd be a fun fight. As Chad Saunders versus Killer B, Ben Saunders. 8-5, 13-7, both from Orlando, Florida. It's just wild. As 8-5, 13-7, minus 110 for Chad Saunders, plus 100 for Ben Saunders. Cesar Gracie, Jiu Jitsu, military fighting systems for Chad Saunders. As you know, with Ben Saunders' sides, you figured he would be such a problem, but just with a wrestler, you always have to have that advantage as far as going into an MMA fight, just because one would assume, it's easier to take somebody down than it is to knock somebody out. But we'll see. We shall see. As Big John McCarthy's going to stay out there. He's referee for this one as well. Ringside judges. Here we go. There we go. It says first and last name. I figured it would. As Ben Saunders misses all the strikes in the combo, then with a low kick to the legs. As Chad gets a hold of Ben now. Yep, now he's looking for that takedown. Yeah, he's got no answer for it. Inside control now. Chad Saunders throwing a few weak-looking punches. Blocks into pull guard. Fires off some handful of punches, each easily being blocked with gloves. Blocks Ben Saunders as he tries to transition the guard. He fires off a few punches to aren't throwing any great force, though. Trying to pull guard on Saunders. Doesn't get anywhere with the attempt. He throws a few strikes that are out of him. Trying to pull guard. Doesn't get anywhere with the attempt. Looking for an arm triangle. Doesn't allow it to be applied, though. Big John's going to stand it back up, though. Saunders moves in and clinches, looking to muscle him against the ropes. Looking for probably a takedown here, but Chad Saunders turns him around, so now he's the one, or Ben Saunders, rather, is the one in control now. It's halfway point. Trying to get into a Muay Thai clinch. Oh, boy. Yeah, this is going to be very, very dangerous. There's a sternum-crunching knee to the chest. As it tries for the knee strike, but Chad blocks it and wrestles his way out of the clinch. Now he steps in, wanting to grapple. As, Chad Saunders pushes him against the ropes. It's clear they're in control. Now he's forcing him to carry all the weight on him. 60 seconds go by, and they're just still pressed against the ropes. Come on, John. Separate them as hitting each other with short punches for 30 seconds. There we go. It's a minute 17. He can't connect with a setup strike, but he hits the straight left, though. Final minute of the first, as moving in fast. Saunders looking to clinch him up again. Can't do it, though, as Ben Saunders' more dominant position in the grapple. That's a good job by Ben. Get him up against the ropes. Oh, wow. As, look at Ben Saunders looking for the takedown. Doesn't happen, though. I figured he'd go for the clinch and try to get another strike to end out the round, but not a bad idea to go for the takedown, I guess. Sure, it gets stuffed, but, that's a close one. Chad Saunders probably had control majority of the round. He landed more strikes, even though Ben had the nice knee. I just don't think it was going to be enough. If we would have got that takedown, that would have been a different story, though. He might have been enough to steal it, but I'd still got to give that to Chad. Close round, though. See what happens in the second, as Ben Saunders connects with a nice jab and a high left head kick, and that might be all she wrote. Oh, no, he's still going, as there's some small strikes and a left head kick, but Chad Saunders defends it all. And now Ben Saunders, that was kind of like his last-ditch effort, it looked like, to try to finish the fight. He could still win rounds 2 and 3, and I think he could steal it from Chad. We'll see. But it looked like he was about to see a shot in from Ben, but Chad Saunders stepped in fast and started to clinch, trying to push him against the ropes. He does so. Smothered him now. Yeah, he's just going to keep control. Obviously, Chad, his corner's probably like, you won the first, keep it up with the game plan, and that's definitely what he's doing. Just complete control against the ropes. John McCarthy's going to separate him with a minute left. Chad Saunders is now starting to slow down. 60 seconds left. They come together in a clinch. Chad Saunders got him back into a clinch. Can't do it, though. He's out-wrestled. Let's see if Ben Saunders looking for the Muay Thai clinch. Oh, boy. Let's see what happens. That was all. Never mind. I thought they said. I guess. Oh, he got out of it entirely. Completely missed that. My bad. As that was another win for Chad Saunders as far as the round goes. Ben's just, when he gets stuck against the ropes, he's just kind of fucked. Yeah, just not great. Not a great performance there. Last round, lands the right jab, but Chad Saunders avoids the big left. As Chad shoots in. Great sprawler, pushing him down on his hands and knees, looking for a vicious knee though. But Chad Saunders gets back up. Ben looks to step in, looking to unleash, pokes a pair of tentative jabs, but neither of them had any power behind it. As he lands the right jab, but Chad Saunders dodges the big left head kick. Chad again comes for the takedown. Another great sprawl for Ben Saunders, which is great to see. If you can at least stop these takedowns, he's got a really great shot of going the distance here in the welterweight division as far as further. But if he can't just get out wrestled, though, it's going to be tough because there are a lot of great wrestlers in this division. Saunders pounds away with lefts, doesn't really do a great deal of damage, though. Chad Saunders' turtle up can do nothing but prevent Ben Saunders from digging his back. As well, he's able to stand up even though he's still got back control. He's trying to push him against the ropes. Face first against the ropes, but Chad struggles and doesn't allow it, though. Now he breaks free and they're back into the center. Yeah, I mean, he needs a finish in a big, big way, and he's starting to slow down, though, which is not great. A punch from Saunders fails to land, which is going to give Chad the opportunity to clinch up and take him down. But Ben stops it, trying to muscle him against the ropes. Can't manage it. As now he's trying to push him against the ropes. He does so, and that's probably going to be the end of this one. As a couple of short punches to the head to end out the round. Yeah, just Ben Saunders got gas there, because I think if that second round, when he started off with that head kick and it didn't knock him out, that was kind of it. That was like his last-ditch effort to finish the fight. A good effort, though, for Chad Saunders. I mean, listen, sure, he just kind of laid on him a lot of times up against the clinch, but the man was fighting for his job. I respect it. You got to get the win somehow. As he thanks everyone connected to, he name checks everyone at Melted Triangle System, all of his various sponsors, and all of his fans, family, and supporters. He's got a lot of respect for Ben Saunders, who praises his toughness. Now for the main card, we have Razor Benji Radish taking on the White Shark. Andrei Simonov, 17-7, 14-7, Castle Rock, Washington, in St. Petersburg, Russia. 5'11", 205, 5'10", 205, around the same age. Sambo versus wrestling, I would give the edge to the Sambo guy, and you see there in the betting lines. Simonov minus 250, Team Avistian, no team for Benji Radish too. Even though Simonov hasn't won in a couple of years, I think this is going to be his time here. Setting up for a great opportunity for him to win as Hideki Nagumo's a referee, a ringside judges. Here we go. They meet in the center, start to strike, counters with the right hand with a right hook, lands a jab, and then the beauty of a straight right. As Simonov really teeing off already. They come together and strike. Simonov finds a way past his opponent's guard and lands a sharp one too, but Radish hits a jab but has the right hook blocked. Simonov chooses to shoot, but a great sprawl from Radish, pushes down on his hands and knees, pounds away, landing a few clean shots, but not many. Looking for the knee strike, but Simonov's up too quickly, though. Moving forward, constantly trying to pressure him into exchanging strikes, which is interesting. I figured Radish would try to take him down, but at least he's looking confident in the strike exchanges, as scores 2 counter jabs. Jab lands from Radish with falling kick to the body, misses, decks with strikes. There's 2 counter jabs from Radish. There's a left jab, but Radish evades the big right, initiates exchange strikes. There's a counter, fires off a counter jab, it doesn't connect it though, lands a left jab, but misses the attempt to go for the body. Exchange of strikes sees both fighters failing anything significant. They engage in the center. Radish misses the right cross, leaves himself wide open for the counter, which Simonov comes in with a quick left jab and a right hand that lands clean. Doesn't rock him though, as both fighters are wary to step in to strike. That's not a good sign, as Simonov doesn't find the mark on the right cross, on the right hook rather, and Radish can't hit the right cross. Shoulders hunch, Radish stunning his opponent, looking for the opportunity he needs to shoot in and get the takedown. Both fighters meet in the center. Simonov has a right hook blocked. Those are 2 quick punches from Radish, but a good guard from Simonov absorbs all of them with ease. Simonov steps in, seemingly willing to take some strikes, and means getting close enough to wrestle. Radish fails on the punch, which that's going to give Simonov the time to grab him. Nice knee strike to the body, as Radish to the side to the body. He's trying to muscle him against ropes now with Simonov. He does so. Looking to take out both legs. He does so. As punching down on Radish, easily taking on the gloves, though. Blocks Radish. He tries to transition the guard. Looks to pass half guard to get side control. As gets comfortably blocked. It keeps him in half guard. As he blocks Radish, he tries to get enough separation to scramble. Fires off a handful of punches, each easily being blocked with gloves. Half guard nails Simonov, throws a punch designed to keep him guessing. Throws a few strikes, clearly just slowing things down though. So catch his breath. He's in control. He's just looking to not do that, as Hideki Nagumo's going to stand him back up. Good job by Hideki Nagumo. Wish that would have happened a little sooner though. Steps forward and a strike exchange begins for Simonov in Radish. Radish lands the left hand. Fails the phone of his jab, but it's a nice straight right hand that lands hard to Simonov. Doesn't knock him down though, as Radish is still pressuring him. 2 kind of left hands from Simonov. There's the left jab of the big right hand misses. They come together and strike, missing the right hand, allowing Semenoff to counter with a great jab and a great right hook, too. But that is the end of the round. Very close one, but really, Semenoff outstruck him, landed the more powerful shots, and had the takedowns, too. So it seemed like it was a lot more back and forth, but obviously the metrics, stats don't lie. And Semenoff with a nice first round win. We'll see what happens in the second, as far as getting Benji Reddish rally here, as Semenoff moves in closer, looking to open up and strike. Jab hits home from Semenoff, then a right cross that lands hard. Exchange of strikes at relatively close range, and nothing really lands, though. Radish is starting to breathe a little heavier now. Both fighters step in and strike. Semenoff with the right, big right hand, allowing Radish to counter with a jab and a good right hook. As Radish buys a feint, Radish misses the right hook, the right cross, rather, leaves him open for a counter. Semenoff comes in with a pair of jabs, followed by a great right hook, and that looks like that's got him rocky here, as he is wobbly now. Comes in for the kill. Radish covers up, leaning up against the ropes, trying to just survive for the next few seconds. Looking for a scorching right hand to finish him off, as Radish slips at the very last possible second. Radish somehow is able to clear his head, and they're back into the center we go. Looks like they're about to see a shot from Radish, but Semenoff was more aggressive. Semenoff hits the left hand, but has nothing but air on the big right. Quick punch from Semenoff doesn't land, though. It's starting to slow down now. Semenoff definitely has won the first and definitely in the second now. We'll see what happens in the third. If he makes it this far, there's still a lot of time left. 2:28 is Radish Raymond setting up to shoot, but Semenoff aggressively took the initiative. There's a quick punch, doesn't hit, though. There's a jab, but misses the vicious right hand. Two fighters engage with strikes. Nothing significant lands, though. Radish misses the big right hand, putting him off round, allowing Semenoff to attack with a great right hook. There's a nice jab and a big right hand from Semenoff. Minute left, closes the distance now, looking to unleash some strikes here as a jab lands from Semenoff. Nothing but air, though, on the big right. Setting up to shoot, but Semenoff again keeping the pressure. Fails the final with jab, lands the big right hand. As again, Radish is just getting simply just he can't take initiative. Semenoff's always beating him to the punch. Jab is wide, then hits Radish for the right to the side of the ribs. Looked like for another takedown attempt, but Radish took the initiative to end out the round. It was a 1-2, but it was equal to it. Yeah, I mean, really, besides towards literally the last 2 seconds, Benji Radish finally landed a shot. That was all Andrei Semenoff for the 4 minutes and 58 seconds of that round. See what happens in the third. As Radish comes in for the takedown, he's got it. But he's got a guillotine, though. Is he going to tap him out? Now, Radish pulls his head free. Now Semenoff, he didn't have it fully sunk in. Now he's on the bottom. Throws a few right hands. Takes a moment of playing ahead. Throws back some punches. Radish has to lean back to avoid them. Throws a few right hands to the body. Pounds away with rights. Fails like anything significant. Trying to catch Radish with a punch. Doesn't hit. But it's off target, though. Throws a few relatively weak right hands. Blocks him again, so tries to sweep him. Is condensed just to throw a couple punches to the body. Trying to catch Radish with a punch, but it's off target. Bit of a stalemate, final round here. A few deep breaths portray that Radish is starting to get into the deeper reaches of the gas tank. Yeah, he's grimacing and looking at the clock. That's not a good idea. As they stand and trade in the center of the ring, neither fighter can land a good shot. Semenoff is starting to have to push himself now, as Connor responds by urging him on a little louder. As Semenoff slips past the right hook, attack with a brace of jabs, followed by a powerful straight right, and he knocks him down. Can he finish him off? Can we have our first finish of the night? Pounds away, Radish was barely able to offer any type of defense, and Hideki was going to stop the fight. Just with 4:43 in the third round. 17 seconds left, but he got it. Gets the win. That's what you get for fucking grimacing when you're already losing the fight. You're just asking for trouble. It's 18-7 for Andrei Semenoff, 14-8 for Benji Radish there. Hell of a win for Andrei Semenoff. His praises team of Issy, various sponsors and all the fans of Gamut Sport, and praises Radish for the tough fight. So we got another welterweight contest here. Jake Ellenberger, Chris Lights Out Lido going to get his win in his Pride FC debut as Omaha, Nebraska, Indianapolis, Indiana, as 9-4, 16-9-4. That's fucking crazy. As wrestling, boxing, jiu-jitsu. Jake Ellenberg, the younger, is the smaller though, but he does have the betting lines advantage, minus 210, plus 160 Hammer House guy, Jake Ellenberg. Henzo Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, as boxing jiu-jitsu background for Chris Lytle. Yuji Shimano's the referee. Ringside judges. Round 1 begins. A punch from Ellenberg fails to land, which gives Lytle the opportunity to shoot. Couldn't complete the single leg, so they're just hopping in place now. Just going to push him against the ropes, looking for the trip now, and he's got it. great excellent outside leg trip there, and he's got his back. That's not good, as stops the hooks from being in now, trying to turn over and sweep him, but he can't. Looking for the rear naked choke without the hooks. That's probably not going to happen. Looking for it again. Not happening. As he blocks him again. Just try to keep control. Oh, he's still looking for the body triangle, but Ellenberger is fighting it off. Trying to turn him over and sweep him, but he can't. As he's trying to increase his hooks by getting the hooks in again, but he can't do it. As blocks it again, and they're going to stand it back up. Way to fight it off, Jake Ellenberger. Moves in on Lytle, preparing to throw. 2 weak flicked left-hand jabs from Lytle. There's a punch, but Lytle avoids it. 2 fighters engage. Ellenberger missing the opportunity with the right hook that leaves himself open for a counter, which hits 2 jabs and a glancing blow with a high kick. 2 commands meet in the center. They start to strike as he misses the right hook and gets countered with a great right hook. So Lytle doing a great job so far. Chooses to shoot in. Gets the single leg this time. He's, got the takedown. Second one of the fight. Fires away with elbows. Doesn't take any undue damage. So leans back to avoid a couple of wild swings. Trying to pass guard. He passes but loses control and the scramble begins. Lytle looking to get a guillotine here. That is crazy. If he can pull this off. No, he can't. Gets free almost immediately. As he clings very tight to him. Obviously wary of the submission threat as Ellenberger. A couple of short punches to the side of the head. Those are a couple of punches designed to keep him guessing now. As he gets pulled in tight, stopping him, rather, Jesus, for posturing up and launching any attacks. Punching down on the gloves of Chris Lytle now. Lytle trying to pull him in close and smother him, but it doesn't happen. Smiley going to stand back up with a minute left. I like that. As, there's a 1-2 from Lytle. Was equal to it, though. Ellenberger misses the right cross, and here comes the counter from Lytle with a left jab and a right hand that lands clean. Looking for the takedown after their clean right hand. Can't complete it, though. Puts him against the ropes. Looking for the trip to end the round, and he does so. It's a parabouts like leg trip. Great first round for Chris Lytle. I mean, he did everything right, basically. Just tremendous job. Probably could have had him if he would have got the hooks in. Probably would have finished off the rear naked choke right there. But still, did a great job to not lose his composure, at least fight throughout the entire round. And so I was going to knock him out there a couple of times, but didn't even knock him down. Surprised I got some boos. I thought that was pretty exciting there. There's a second round here. Ellenberger moves in closer, ready to attack. Looking very attentive. Pokes out a quick jab. Can't connect with the sub-strikes and catches Lytle with a right hook, though. That's a great right hook. Misses the right hook, and here comes the counter, as it's a jab and a right hook that's avoided at the last second. Still moving well, but he's definitely breathing a little deeper now as Ellenberger, trying to force a strike exchange. 2 left hands from Lytle. Those are 2-punch combo. Lytle avoids both of them, though. Closing distance, obviously looking to strike. Another 2 quick punches that doesn't hit Lytle. Exchange of strikes happens right in the center of the ring. Nothing comes of it, though. They stand and trade in the center of the ring. Nothing really damaging, though. Still pressuring up on. Bobs his way out of a jab, moves into the pocket as Ellenberger throws a quick 1-2. Doesn't land either blow, though. My God, there's a counter to the right hand. Does Lytle with a jab and a great right hook. And there we go. He has rocked him with that right hook. Ellenberger has got to back off quickly. Trying to capitalize on the massive right hand, but he misses. That's going to give him time to recover, I'm sure, as he dodges the right hand. And there's a counter attacks with a clean right, though. I mean, Chris Lytle, just as a counter striker, is a problem. Starting to get tired, though. I mean, we still got, still got one more round. Both fighters come together and strike. Dodges the right hand, counterattacks with the right cross. Lytle shoots in, doesn't get the takedown, as he's left topping on one leg, though. He's going to push him against the ropes, looking for the trip. He does a great job of doing trip takedowns, though. I mean, he really hasn't been stopped so far this fight. Fires off a few punches, trying to catch his breath. There's a knee strike to the ribs. Minute left now. Another knee strike to the ribs. That was a few right hands. There's a few glancing elbow strikes. Nothing too damaging, though, to end out the round. Definitely all Chris Lytle. Just Jake Ellenberger had one shot. As we'll see if there's going to be another third round finish, or this one's going to go the distance. Lytle comes in with the takedown. Can't get it, though. Remains hopping on one foot. Going to put him against the ropes. Get the trip. And he's got side control. Looking for the arm triangle. Defends himself well, though, as he's trying to sweep him. Blocks that, though, as there's a knee strike to the ribs. Knee strike to the ribs. Not budging. Looking for mount. Scramble begins. Lytle comes out on top, though, as he's pulling guard and has got a pass. Was ready for it, though, and then another scramble. Lytle ends up in guard, though. Minute left. Handful of punches, each easily being blocked with gloves. Punching down on the gloves. Trying to pull him close. Peppering him short strikes. He can't do it, though, and that's the end of the fight. Unanimous decision win for the Pride FC debut for Chris Lytle. 17-9-4 will be his record. 9-5 for Jake Ellenberger. Yeah, I mean, pretty decent fight. I thought it was probably should have been more on the average side, but that second round was a bit of a snooze. As Chris Lato gets an inject over to Enzo Gracie Jiu Jitsu, all of his face sponsors, all the fans that came out, all of his friends, family, and supporters. Says that he's very happy to have won in his Pride debut. He's very happy to be here. Gleison Tebow, Mac Danzig. As our next contest is 18-5, 12-5. Los Angeles, California, Coconut Creek, Florida, 24 years old, and Gleison Tebow, 5'9", 161, 5'8", 161 for Mac Danzig. As both guys Brazilian Jiu Jitsu guys. Lionsden, Team Quest. Minus 130 for Mac Danzig, plus 100 for Gleison Tebow. This should be an interesting one. Hideki Nagumo was a referee, ringside judges. Here we go. They touch gloves to start off. Danzig does a quick one, too, which that's going to give Gleison Tebow the opportunity he needs to grab him. Trying to push him against the ropes. He does so. Hard foot stomp. Looking for the trip. Can't get him down, though. Looking to go down low and grab both his opponent's legs. Unsuccessful. Danzig doing a great job so far. He is stopping the storm. As he just can't get away from the ropes, though, but he's stopping these takedowns. I mean, he's just going to keep on stopping him, I guess. The takedown isn't forthcoming, as Danzig defends it by just grabbing Tebow and dragging him into a tight clinch. He's showing just complete, total control for Gleison Tebow. But that's what he does. We know what he's going to do every time, and people just can't stop. I mean, he's stopping it, but he can't get away from him. But now, he finally does. As I say that, turns himself, Tebow's back against the ropes. And of course, we get a restart. Danzig steps in looking to unleash, as Gleison Tebow was aiming to get in close, but Danzig's the aggressor one. Kakanaka substrikes hits the straight right hand, though, as Gleison Tebow wrestles away into a dominant position in the clinch. Looking at muscle up against the ropes, and Danzig fights tough. Good job by Danzig. Trying to bust. Now he's got the one up against the ropes. There we go. Looking for the go down low grab. He's got the takedown, too. Holy shit. Gleison Tebow is in big trouble, as he's mainly just trying to catch his breath now. Just throwing punches to throw punches now. And then Gleison Tebow bursting into life, looking to scramble. Gets caught, though. It's inside control now. There's some knee strikes to the ribs. Another one to the ribs. Blocks him again. Danzig doing a tremendous job, as he's just keeping him at bay. Keeping him down there on the ground. A couple punches to the body. Looking for Kimura. Doesn't allow it, though. And now, again, looking for a knee strike to the ribs. As Dekanugumo's going to stand him back up with 22 seconds left to clinch up. Danzig looks like he's got control of it. Big knee strike to the bodies. They end out the round. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better first round for Mac Danzig. That's the toughest round. You want to win that round against Gleison Tebow, and he absolutely did. Great job there. Let's see what happens in the second. It's 1-2 from Danzig, but Tebow was equal to it. Gets a hold of him without taking one shot. That's not good. Trying to muscle against ropes. He does so. Just going to force all that weight on him. Close to quarter punches there. They hit each other for about 60 seconds. Tries to go down low, grab both his opponent's legs. Not happening, though. Not happening again. He's got it. What is it? The 8th attempt. He's got it. Drags him down to the mat. Oh, and actually, never mind. I thought that... Oh, Danzig had control of it. I'm an idiot. Wow. Here I was thinking Gleison Tebow had control this whole time. What an idiot, as Danzig fires away with elbows. Gleison Tebow is taking undue damage, tries to pull guard. By pulling him in close, peppering short strikes, he can't. Keeps him guessing with a few quick strikes, throws out some punches. Danzig has to lean back to avoid him. Danzig throws a few weak-looking punches, decides his next move. Tries to pull him in close, pepper on short strikes, but he can't. Keeps him guessing with a few quick strikes. Lack of progress being made, they stand him back up. I mean, what a great round for Mac Danzig, rather. Again, Gleison Tebow starts out fast, got him up against the ropes. Stopped him twice, took control, took him down, and yeah, I mean, Gleison Tebow's going to have to finish him. He's going to want to win this one at this rate, as Danzig throws a 2-punch combination that Gleison Tebow avoids both of them, which now he's got a hold of him, trying to muscle him against the ropes. He does so. Will he finally get his takedown? Nope. Not happening. Can't work his way through it, though. Still gets stopped. And still prevents the takedown, as he's just smothering him against the ropes. Still got him stuck against the ropes. Jesus Christ. I take it when we gotta break him up. Okay. About 2 minutes too late, but he finally did it. As now Danzig shoots in for the takedown. He's got it. Holy shit. Danzig's in half guard. 3 for 3 on takedown. Some right hands. Trying to get a scramble going. Danzig moves in quick though to prevent that. Blocks with him to sweep. Fires off some rights. I mean, yeah, did Gleison Tebow... Actually, Mac Danzig still won the round. Even though Gleison Tebow was controlling the majority of the round. Once he got that takedown and was landing more strikes. He did a hell of a round, and hell of a performance for Mac Danzig. Not a lot of guys survive the Goliath of T-Bow not only surviving it, but unanimous decision. Just a good job there for Mac Danzig. Avenge that loss, and that's a big win. Big win for Mac Danzig. As he gives thanks, praises Team of Team Quest, his various sponsors, and all the fans who came and support him. Asks who he'd like to fight next. He answers he thinks that a fight against Mitsuhiro Ishida would probably be a great contest. Now, Matt the Terror Serra taking on Dan the Outlaw Hardy. Can Matt Serra hold the fort? Can he be the gatekeeper of the welterweight division? Or will Dan Hardy break the fucking walls down and get a huge win? Probably a knockout win, knowing Dan Hardy. We shall see. I mean, just the size. He's bigger, he's stronger, he's younger. I don't see who's going to win this one. But, and Matt Serra, but if he's got him, if he can take him down to the ground, he's got a really good shot. But I just don't see it happening. Plus 280 on the betting lines for Matt Serra, minus 360 for Dan Hardy. Yeah, I mean, Nottingham, England, East Meadow, New York. This is going to be a tough one. Tough one for Matt Serra. Huge smiles of our three ringside judges. Yeah, I mean, he's just towering over Matt Serra, which happens to support Matt Serra a lot, the short king. As they touch gloves, start off. All the shots are either off target or safely dealt with. Steps forward, and the strike exchange begins. There's a left hand from Serra. Two-punch combo, but Serra avoids both of them. Two fighters come together and strike, but straight left hand if nothing comes of it. Still, Hardy's pressuring him. Moves him to the pocket. Let's see what happens here. And there is a lovely right head kick after the setup strikes don't connect. Surprised they didn't knock him out, as they still looking to strike, misses the right hook, and gets kind of the right head kick. Oh my god, yeah. It's on wobbly legs now. And there is a spinning fucking back fist on Matt Serra. He didn't see it coming. He's shown he caught him as Serra gets dropped. Looking to finish it off with stomps and kicks, but Hardy's not able to finish him, though, as he can't get there fast enough. Serra's already back up. Hardy sucks forward. Serra hits a jab. Fails to find him with jab. Lands low kicks to the legs. Two fighters come together in exchange as there's a counter with the right hand, quick left jab, and a nice high roundhouse kick. And again, he is wobbly on that one. I mean, these head kicks. I'm surprised the first one didn't knock him down or even wobble him. Serra is looking punch struck now. Is in big trouble here. Short knee strike from Hardy doesn't find home though. And he's cleared his head again. Two fighters engage. Serra misses the right hook and gets kind of the left jab and a right hook that's ducked. Come together in a strike, misses the big right hand, and there's a left roundhouse kick to the ribs now. Hardy, obviously knowing the strike exchange is in his favor, is still forcing it. There's a counter jab from Serra. Gets suckered into a feint. That's not good, as there's two left hands, nothing but out on the big right. Left hand in exchange from Serra. Connects with a jab at the big right hand, follows up, misses. They meet in the center. Dodges the right hand, counterattacks with a jab and a right hand to the body that's short, as stalks forward, pressuring Serra. There's a left hand that misses from Serra. And there's another great high right head kick after the failing to hit the setup strike. Serra just can't stop it. Exchange of strikes at relatively close range, but nothing really lands. Coming forward and stalking him, and he steps into the pocket. I mean, obviously Dan Hardy's showing little fear of Matt Serra. Hits the left hand, but misses the low kick. Fires off a counter jab. A jab lands, but Serra avoids the low kick. Just walking him down. Counter left hand from Serra. Quick 1-2, doesn't land either blow, though. Two fighters stand and trade strikes in the center of the ring. Engaging the strikes, but neither fighter can land anything significant, though. Again, just really nothing happening. Serra hits a jab in the exchange. Hardy connects with two left hands and a crunching right hook. Hardy's blowing up at this point, just trying to knock out Matt Serra, which Matt Serra, I mean, if he's rope-a-doping him, that's a hell of a rope-a-dope if he's able to hang on here. As Hardy comes forward and the two fighters start to trade blows. Tries to hit the jab, but misses. Hardy feints, causing Serra to move one side, leave himself wide open. Which, two punches, but Serra avoids both of them. 60 seconds now. Hardy forcing the strike exchange. Tries to hit a jab, it misses. Jab lands from Hardy. Falling leg kick misses, though. Come together and trade leather. Neither fighter can land anything damaging. Both fighters come together and strike. Hardy dodges the right hand, counterattacks with a quick left jab and a right hook that's ducked. Didn't out the first round. Obviously, Dan Hardy's won that one. We'll just look at the fight metrics just to kind of see how many shots that Serra's landed. 7. But, yeah, I mean, Dan Hardy had him a couple of times, but couldn't finish him. See what happens in the second. It's obviously a very exciting round there. Second round, both fighters moving to engage. There's a left jab and a quick kick to the lead leg from Dan Hardy. There's a good angle for Matt Serra to land the nice one, too. And there's a cut. Good job from Matt Serra there as a jab and finds his right cross blocked. left jab and a right hand that lands clean. They meet in the center. There's a left hand from Sarah. As he can't connect this left jab, but there's a powerful right hook that has knocked him down. Matt Sarah just can't catch a break. And there's some powerful... Please end it, Yuji Shimada. There we go. Leaps in to stop the fight. Dan Hardy is going to come through that welterweight division like a fucking buzzsaw, it's looking like. As he's just too big for a lot of those welterweights. He's going to be a problem. Minus, as far as... a minus 360 favorite, you knew that was going to happen, but still, you figured Metzger at least throw some type of, takedown or something, but that was all standing, and you're playing into Dan Hardy's strengths, and he just didn't have a prayer. Great fight, though, as Dan Hardy thanks everyone at SBG Ireland for helping him prepare for the fight, and his sponsor supporting him financially. He praises Sarah for the tough fight. Our co-main, the last Emperor, Fedor Emelianenko, taking on Pedro Lil Rock Hizzo. Boy, oh boy, 12-5, 15-7. Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, as 6'2", 230, 6'1", 225. It's rare that Fedor's the kind of bigger heavyweight whenever he's fighting guys. Obviously the Sambo background, Muay Thai background from Pedro Hizzo. Fedor's 0-2 against Hus Vale guys, but I think that's going to come to an end here as he's going to beat Pedro Hizzo. But we'll see, though. I haven't really had a big upset this card. Could be it here in this co-main. Hideki Nuguma was a referee. Ringside judges. They touch gloves. Little of a flurry of 4 punches from Rizzo. All of them connect, but the big right hand fails to the body there. Hizzo's still coming on the attack. The 2 left hands from Fedor, attacking with a quick flurry. Lands one of the 4 punches, but his big right hand follows up, misses. Weak flick left hand jab from Fedor. Good job by Pedro Hizzo, though, so far. Initiating the fight. Putting the pressure on him. Comes in fast with 3 quick punches. One of them land, but nothing but air on the big right again. Quick 1-2 doesn't land either blow, which is going to give Fedor the opportunity to grab him. He's got him pinned now, looking for a fucking suplex. He suplexes him. Looking to get past guard. Isn't able to pass guard, though. Slowing him down. He's just trying to attack or sweep at all. He's not trying to do that. He's just trying to slow him down and frustrate him. Attempts to pass guard, and there's a scramble. As Scramble sees Fedor up first, but he's only to be grabbed by a waist lock. As, wow, let's go, and backs away. Wow, that's very interesting to do that. I mean, he had complete control, had his back, figured that was going to be an easy takedown for Pedro Hizzo, but didn't want it. Lands 2 left hands in exchange to Fedor. 2 quick punches, doesn't hit either of them, though, which is going to give, oh no, never mind. Quick exchange does not produce any damage. Second half now, at the end of jab fails to land from Fedor. 2-punch combo from Hizzo. Fedor avoids both of them. There's a tentative left hand. There's a left jab, but Fedor dodges the leg kick. They meet in the center again. Misses the jab, but a good right hand from from Hizzo, rather, as Fedor comes in. It's off target with a left jab, lands a nice right hook. Goes toe-to-toe with strikes, but neither lands anything significant in the exchange. Hizzo again pushing the fight. Hits the left hand. Fedor dodges the leg kick. Slipping past the right hook does Fedor with a right hook of his own. Nothing happens in the center again. As Fedor now is like, oh, listen, I should probably try to go for some type of grappling exchange and try to initiate the fight, which Hizzo fails on the 1-2, which Fedor's going to grab him now, push him against the ropes, looking for another suplex. He can't stop him. And so there's a few right hands, mainly just trying to catch his breath, trying to pass half guard. He does so, but I mean, again, another scramble. Hizzo doing a great job as Hizzo sees Fedor's left leg in, quickly trying to seize that. He's unable to secure the leg, so he pulls the guard, losing on there. It's probably a bad idea, but with a minute left, you might as well try it. Trying to pass half guard, Hizzo keeps him there. I mean, Pedro Hizzo is really being a problem for Fedor. It's a tough one. Really, the takedowns, plus he had more strikes, but Pedro Hizzo, good game plan. If he's able to land a lot more powerful shots, he might catch him. We'll see. Really, you just got to stop the fucking takedowns. You got to stop those suplexes. It was a good round, though. As round 2 begins, looked like they were about to see a shot from Fedor, but Pedro Hizzo simply took the initiative, a 1-2, but Fedor was equal to it. There's a takedown to him from Fedor now. He's got it. But, oh, look at Pedro Hizzo looking for the guillotine. Fedor's had that happen before. Didn't want to have that happen again. He's trying to pass guard and get better position. Hizzo keeps him in guard, though. Can't get it. I mean, Pedro Hizzo doing a tremendous job. Just throwing everything at Fedor. He's trying to pass guard. And the scramble begins. Scramble leaves Fedor on his back. Wow, Hizzo's now in control. trying to get some separation, and now he's trying to get the scramble. Bad choice, though. Pedro Izzo seizes that opportunity to secure side control. Izzo looking for a knee bar. Wow, that was crazy, as he defends himself well, doesn't give up the leg. I mean, Pedro Izzo won that round. Even though Fedor had the one takedown, Pedro Izzo was in control for the majority of that round. I'd give that to Pedro Izzo there, as we'll see what happens in the third. Jab hits home from Izzo, then he lands the low kick to the legs. Both fighters come together and strike. Fedor scores the jab, but the right hand's blocked. There's a jab, it also scores a great right hook, and he is hurt. Fedor is stunned in the third. Holy shit, a big right hand through the guard, and he sends him down. Looking to finish off Fedor. Pounds away, eats several big shots. Looking for the knee bar. What a terrible idea. I should have kept on going with the fucking ground and pound. Could have finished him off. Looking for the Kimura. Fedor blocks it. Looking for the knees to the ribs. Inside control. I mean, Pedro Izzo might have won this fight here. I mean, knocked him down, rocked him. Doing a tremendous job in the third. Trying to finish him off, though. Throwing a lot of submissions at him. Fedor stopping all of them, though. Trying to move the guard, but Izzo doesn't allow it. Referee's going to stand him up with 30 seconds left. Looking to open up an attack. Fedor appeared to be going to try to get in close, but Izzo took a great initiative there. Connects with two jabs, misses the big right hand that follows up. There's a right hand that's blocked. Left jab, and also a right hook that's blocked from Izzo. I mean, tremendous round. Tremendous round from Pedro Izzo. I think he won the second and the third, but it's very tough to judge this because obviously you gotta take the whole fight into consideration. Fedor won the 10-minute round, but Izzo won the second and the third. Someone's gonna get robbed, is how this is gonna go. Pedro Izzo, unanimous decision. I actually agree with that. I think that was the right call. He had the knockdown. Even though Fedor really dominated that first round, he landed the most strikes. He had the knockdown. Was trying to fish him off in the second and the third. Yeah, I think that was the right decision. Hell of a win for Pedro Izzo there, 16-7. And Fedor, not the same Fedor that we saw in real life here. It's definitely evident now. Losing to as a minus 290 favorite. We had to have an upset. Happens in the co-main there. A great fight, though, as gives a name check there who's fairly to all of his various sponsors, all of his friends, family, and supporters showing respect. Pedro Izzo praises Fedor for his skill and toughness as our main event. Ron Faircloth, Fabio Maldonado, 20-7, 18-7. You have Maldonado taller, probably going to be a little bigger. They're both the same age though, 28. Wisconsin, obviously, Faircloth. Brazil for Fabio Maldonado. Hybrid fighting style, Faircloth, boxing jiu-jitsu for Maldonado, WMMA jiu-jitsu, Greg Jackson's mixed martial arts. Minus 210 for Fabio, plus 160 for Faircloth. It's going to be a tough one. I think Maldonado's going to have the advantage, obviously standing, but Faircloth, I mean, he can finish you off in so many different ways, so many different submissions. He might catch him, we'll see. You just remind us our referee, ringside judges, here we go. Jab lands from Maldonado, can't connect with the right to the body. Looked like I about to see a step in and grapple, but Maldonado took the initiative there, fails to find out his jab. Nice right hook to the ribs, though. Can't connect with the sub strikes, and a crunching right hook, though. That was a two-punch combination. Faircloth avoids both of them now. Faircloth's going to look for the takedown. Can't get him down, though. Still's got control. He's got this takedown, though. Big takedown's got side control, too. Catches his breath, throws a couple punches to the body. Knee strike to the ribs now. Unbalances him before the knee strikes. There's not a whole lot of power behind it. Handful of punches that are blocked with gloves. A few right hands, takes a moment to catch his breath. And now it's Faircloth. Another knee strike to the ribs. Let's see how long he's able to keep him down there for. He is doing some damage, though, with these knee strikes to the ribs. They're going to stand him up, though, with about 5 minutes left in the first. Can't connect with the sub strike, so scores the right to the body, though, is Maldonado. Nice jab and a right hook to the ribs again. Fails to find his jab, another right hook to the ribs. Hits the left hand, nothing but A on the big right. He can't connect the sub strikes. That's the beauty of a straight right, though, on Faircloth. Again, Maldonado's just putting on a boxing display. Doesn't trouble his opponent with a combination with a low kick to the legs. Closes the distance on Faircloth, looking to unleash some strikes. Can't have to step left jab, but it's the right hook, though. Connects with a nice jab and a beauty of a straight right. Can't connect with a jab, rather, but lands the right to the body. Left jab, but Faircloth avoids the big right. Look, they were going to step in and grapple, but Maldonado simply took the initiative first. Connects with a jab and misses the vicious right hand. Lands two jabs, but Faircloth avoids the big right. As looks like we're trying to see Faircloth try to get some grappling started, but Maldonado was aggressive, took the initiative. Tries to go to the body there with a sharp hook, but it's off target. Hits a left jab, a nice straight right hand that lands hard. Maldonado with a left hand, a right cross, and there's a cut now underneath the eye to end out the first. Yeah, I mean, Maldonado, just, boxing-wise, tremendous job. Faircloth got that big takedown and landed a couple shots inside and dribble. I'm going to give that one to Faircloth. To Fabio Maldonado, rather. Just felt like he did damage more. It's close on the strikes, It's really, 2-strike difference. So, yeah, I mean, but I would probably give that one to Fabio there. As now, the cut man trying to stop the bleeding in between rounds. Round 2 begins now. And there's a nice jab and a straight right from Maldonado. Lands the left jab. Faircloth evades the big right. Relaxes his shoulders now. There's a punch, but Faircloth is equal to it, seizing the chance to grab him into a clinch. Looking to take him down. Doesn't get him down, though. Looking to wrestle Maldonado to the ground. Doesn't work either. And now they break the grapple, and now they're circling again. As Maldonado is starting to slow down now. Tries to go to the body, but with a sharp hook, but it's off target. There's a left jab and then a crunching right hook. Jab and a big right hand. I mean, I can't believe Faircloth hasn't even been rocked. There's another crunching right hook after the nice jab, and there we go. Spoke a little too soon there as Faircloth backs off, looking extremely dazed. As is looking to find a scorching right hand to finish him off, but Faircloth nearly avoids it. Can't connect with the step strikes, but hits the nice straight right hand that lands hard again. He's probably going to rock him again, if I had to guess. The jab is wide. There's a right to the body, though. There's an attempt to hook to the body, though. And Faircloth's going to grab him to end out the round. He's going to get a takedown. No, not going to get the takedown, though. Obviously, another round win for Faircloth. I did it again. For Fabio Maldonado, as, yeah, I mean, he's going to knock him out, I think. A lot of these fights are surprisingly going pretty far. We didn't have a first or second round finish the entire card. It's either been a third round or, actually, as I say that, Dan Hardy's was in the second. We haven't had a first round finish, rather. Yeah, but, yeah, it looks like he's been in a war. Just his face is marked up and it's starting to swell. Yeah, I mean, he's getting fucked up. Final round. Fails to find his jab. And there's a right to the side of the ribs, though. For Maldonado, there's a left hand, another right to the side of the ribs. A jab and a beauty of a straight right. I mean, just the boxing is too much. As a left jab of Maldonado steps back to avoid the right to the body. Fatigue's really coming into play now for Maldonado. Moves in on Faircloth, preparing to throw. Appeared to try to get in close, but Maldonado took the initiative. Can't connect the substrikes and lands the big right hand. 1-2 from Maldonado, fails to land. He moves in fast and clinches with him, using his wrestling. Faircloth's trying to push him against the ropes. He does so. Is he going to get him down? He's got it. Wow. Big takedown there. He's looking to pass guard. He passes guard and starts to scramble. Maldonado's up first, but he's quickly grabbed him against the ropes. Now looking for another sweep. He's got it. I mean, Faircloth's really answering back. Looking for the leg lock. Holy shit. What a fucking comeback from Ron Faircloth. This man was getting fucked up the majority of the fight. Comes into the third round and gets the submission win with a leg lock. You can't count him out. Anytime you think he's down, when he's able to get you down like that, he can finish it so many different ways. And you see it there, the undefeated in Pride FC, Fabio Maldonado, undefeated no more. We have another upset as Ron Faircloth with a huge win. What a fight, though. Awesome performance there. What a fight, as what a great co-main of Maine, as Ron Faircloth gives a name check to Evan Greg Jackson's Mixed Martial Arts, is very responsive to all of his friends, family, and supporters, as showing respect, he praises Maldonado for his skill and toughness. I mean, that was crazy. Absolutely insane. I mean, yeah, from the Dan Hardy, Matt Serra fight on up, solid stuff. 74 critical rating, 6,000 in attendance, 2 million gate, not bad for a TV show. Increased their pop everywhere, as, man, performances, definitely Ron Faircloth. I mean, that was fucking insane. Probably Pedro Rizzo as well. That's probably, actually, Mac Danzig for what he did against Gleison Tebow, too. We were giving out a lot of money tonight, but we still make $4 million, as Faircloth just made a shit ton for Anthony Pettis. I mean, the prelims, I mean, combined, didn't even come close to what Matt Serra made. It's just nuts. But Dan Hardy making a good chunk of change there, 104,000. Good stuff. You like to see that. I like to see the, $1 million payout for it. A 8-fight card. do like to see that, even though majority of that went to the top half of the card. But that's the fight game for you. As yeah, we got another worldwide coming up. That's back-to-back worldwides before we have the Girl Power show, which should be exciting. We are almost there as far as our first ever women's division. Well, almost. It's very, very close. We just got to go through Pride FC Worldwide 19, which that's a crazy main event, and Alice Overeem and Ben Rothwell. You got some heavy hitters in that heavyweight division battling out in the main event. As we'll catch you guys there. Take care, everyone.